Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 9 of the Crash Pad Podcast. I am your host, as always, Tyler Crash, the Wild Boy, and I have 6 interviews for you today. It's incredible. These talented kids come in. I can't even say kids because some of them are older than me, but these talented rookies coming out of the Jay Lethal Academy school, they blow me away every time I see them. And a lot of them made their official debut at the recent Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling event. And like I said, I couldn't be more proud of them. So today I have for you Tony Lewis, the freaking Katalina Perez, Josh Grady, Rod Grimes, Nora Pryce, and then Brandon Law again. Gotta rib Brandon a little bit. But all these guys came out there and killed it. Put on a hell of a match, told a hell of a story, and we had a great conversation with the 2 separate teams that faced off. It was the team of Law, Lewis, and Perez versus Grimes, Grady, and Price. So, without further ado, here you go, the recent Lethal Academy graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with an awesome tag team, Jay Lethal Academy graduating students making their official debuts and competing at Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling presented Future Shock. And I'm here with Tony Lewis, Katalina Perez, and Brandon Law. Guys, you had an incredible match tonight. Katalina, first I want to talk to you about how you're recovering from that wicked super kick to the face from Hunter Law.
I'm taking it day by day. Day by day.
How did that feel? And like what emotion was going through you? I mean, obviously it got Brandon heated, it got Jay heated, Hunter's suspended. Who knows when he'll be back?
I hope he never returns to Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling. I can't stand him right now, and yeah, I just hope he never returns.
Oh my goodness, that's some harsh words. I mean, you got to be a little forgiving, right? I mean, he just had to send a message.
No, not forgiving at all.
Katalina Perez versus Hunter Law down the line. We'll see it, maybe. Brandon, you got some words to say to Hunter Law about all that.
Oh, yeah, where do I start? Again, I'm sorry that you had to get involved with that super kick that you didn't deserve. But if Hunter would have taken his loss like a man in that 6-way tag match he had last month, we wouldn't have been in this position. But, we have quite a rivalry right now, and he knows where to find me, so I'm ready to fight whenever he's ready.
Yeah, but are you going to talk to Jay, your trainer, and the guy that's been in your corner this whole time about putting him in action again?
I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to talk to him and see, but I want another shot at Hunter. I'm not done with him, and it's not going to be done until I get my hands around his throat and I take care of business.
I mean, I've talked to Hunter, too. He's not done with you, by far. Tony Lewis. Hey. Dude, official debut tonight on the main card. How does it feel?
Feels pretty great, man. It feels pretty great. I've been training for a while for this, but I had to team up with Brandon Law and Katalina Perez. Would have liked to have had a singles career, but this was a fantastic debut, and I had a great time out there.
Well, and I mean, y'all teamed up against your other classmates, and they took the dirty route. Y'all went clean. How does it feel to not only team up with your partners, or classmates, I should say, and then face off against your classmates?
It feels great because it got me the chance to show that I'm the best in that class. Like you said, they had to take the dirty route, so clearly they had to cheat to win. But they didn't even win with the cheating. And then here I come, I'm playing the clean route, I do everything by the book, and we came out victorious.
Absolutely, and it was a hell of a match. Unfortunately, I wasn't on commentary to call it because Dynasty and Funhouse were scouting during that match. So, I mean, if they hit you guys up to join,
I won't be here.
Yeah, please, you guys did it right. You guys did it by the books. Don't join in on all that.
You hear that, Brandon?
You hear that, Brandon? Don't join the Dynasty.
Okay.
All right, so guys, we'll get away from kayfabe a little bit here. We'll talk about your training with Jay and Brandon. You've been on here before. You know how it goes. We'll just shoot the shit. Talk about your time together as friends and classmates, not only as partners, tag partners. So,
I'll start.
You start. Tony Lewis.
So let me tell you first off, this man doesn't know how to use a fork and knife. That was the greatest thing ever. last night we had to like put our minds together, so we wanted to have a sleepover. Yes, we had a sleepover as grown-ass adults. We have to
Slumber party.
Slumber party. We had to be in sync with each other, and so last night we all went out to dinner for Cracker Barrel, and found out that Brandon Law cannot use a knife. He cut it, and it would take him 10 minutes to get one bite of a pork chop, and so finally he picked it up and just started. What do you want to say? Go ahead, Brandon. You want
Let
to
me cut you off real quick.
I can't wait.
When I see food, I eat it. All right, and that
10
doesn't.
minutes at a time.
Yeah, and I got pissed off with the damn pork chop, so I grabbed it and just ate it and just devoured
It's
it.
not the
So
pork chop's fault. It's the man using the knife.
it doesn't matter. It was a stupid knife. All right.
See, now there's two type of Louisiana folk. There's the backwoods Cajun folk who just eat with their hands, and then there's the sophisticated, French Cajun, class, and
We know
then
which one Brandon Law is.
we figured out apparently which one Brandon Law is. So, talk more about the slumber party. Matching pajamas, guys?
No matching pajamas, but
Commando.
maybe you, but Catalina likes to walk in the living room, pitch black at 2 in the morning.
3 in the morning.
It was 3. It was 2 and 3 actually.
And 4.
It was 4. Yeah, it
Every
was
hour
4.
she
I
was
was like,
checking
what
the
is
door
that?
to make sure it was
Yeah.
locked.
The first thing, hey, is the door locked?
I mean, there's 3 of us in here. Nobody's gonna find out.
Listen, we're in the living room, and I was the first person to the door. I wanted to make sure it was locked.
They didn't even want to put a tent up.
At 4 in the morning?
I was about it.
Wait, whoa. You had a slumber party and did not build a fort?
That was her idea. She didn't want to do it.
I'm sorry.
Explain yourself.
Miss Goody
No.
Two Shoes over here.
I didn't want to sleep close to them.
You're lying. You guys wanted to snuggle. So talk about your training with Jay. You guys are the recent graduating class, not Brandon so much, so you go away. What was bugs attacking us?
I got you.
So talk about your training with Jay as the most recent graduating class from his academy.
Training with Jay was absolutely fantastic. I actually moved from Orlando. I worked at Universal Studios for a while, and one day had an epiphany, and the next day put in my 2 weeks with the company, came out to Tampa, signed up with Jay, paid up front and full, and had to go for it. And 5 months later, here we are making our debut, and now I'm heading up north, so we'll see how it happens. I mean,
Yeah, I'm very upset about you heading up north. I know you got to do what you got to do, but I'm going to miss you because we just started bonding.
when did we start bonding?
IHOP.
We went to IHOP like 3 weeks ago.
I know, but man, we've been messaging on Snapchat and sending snaps to each other.
Do a hold on, no, 1 second.
I know.
You were supposed to do a paranormal investigation of my house, and you never called me back.
We're supposed to.
I was. That's my fault. I'm a
So,
terrible friend.
Don't give me any shit about not hanging out with you when we made plans and you flaked.
I pulled a Brandon Law and I didn't text you back.
This is now the flake pad.
I don't even get Snapchat.
No, Brandon don't get shit anymore because he don't want to text me back. So he can talk to his little fans all he wants. When the hell did you do that? When I was
wanna
on
know
the
the
list.
story?
So Katalina Perez, while they argue over there, what was it like training with Jay Lethal?
Training
As a
with-
woman, and you're firsthand working with Ava Story, formerly known as Brandy Lauren. So tell me all about that.
Jay is absolutely phenomenal. He is very patient in the ring. I can't with these guys behind me. He's very patient with us, and he takes his time, and he figures things according to how you learn and whatnot. So if you're taking it a little hard, then he'll reroute it for you and figure things out just so that you can make it good in the ring. And I love training with him, and he's just absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. And I've had so many Lethal people on this show, and it's always the same thing of just such admiration for Jay Lethal. And from what I've seen as a trainer of Jay's, because I've been to the ring while y'all were in class, and he's the most hands-on trainer I've ever met. And he truly cares, and I see the happiness in his face when he sees you guys out there. And not so much happiness when you're getting kicked in the face, but guys, hell of a debut tonight, official debut, and hell of a comeback for you after that kick to the face and a loss to Ava Story. But what was it like working her?
It was great. She's a great wrestler, and I'm just happy to have my first match with her.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're facing somebody that's on TV regularly now. So, I mean, that's a hell of a debut, and you put up a hell of a fight. And also, I love your name.
Thank you.
And I put it over on commentary too, because
Did you really?
yes, I did.
Did he talk to you about that?
No, I did it on my own. Jordan Owens, my commentary partner, he called you Katarina, and I corrected him. I'm like, it's the Catalina Perez, the freaking Catalina Perez.
You know a funny story about that? We were calling her the Catalina wine mixer, and she had no idea what we were talking about because she just watched Step Brothers.
What?
It's been out for 15
I've
years.
seen parts. I still have not watched it in full.
Oh my goodness.
Never mind, I take that back.
So she doesn't want to build a fort, and she's never watched Step Brothers.
The greatest all-American movie of all time.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, come here. All she does is whine and bitch. And it's like, I'm not even dating her, and she still just comes at me like I'm her husband. And I'm like, you need to calm your shit. Because you're the reason I'm going to Canada. You, sole reason.
Oh my goodness, you scared him away.
I gotta find a new tag for them.
She didn't scare me away.
How you doing? Tag partner? All right. Yeah. All right. So you don't build forts. You haven't seen Step Brothers. You do have a good name, though. You do have a good name. You all have a good name. I mean, that's your shoot name. You were born with a good name, so you got lucky. There was something else I was gonna say. Son of a bitch. Oh, and you're scaring off Tony Lewis.
I apologize.
Thank you.
It's a bullshit apology.
We're losing friends here. You're scaring them away,
We're so good.
even though you guys had amazing chemistry in that ring together.
Out of the ring, we're
Have more sleepovers.
Yes.
all I can say.
Last thing, guys, you want to get out anything, any last words, social media plugs, yada yada, talk about your merch for sale, something, or if you're planning on going places other than Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling.
okay. My Instagram is _Katalina Perez. You can go ahead and follow me. I'm gonna continue wrestling here at Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling, and we'll see where things go from here.
Oh, I remember the other thing I was going to say. Is your Instagram filled with just dog memes like your Facebook is? Is that all you do is just look up dog memes?
Yes, that's exactly what I do. I love dogs.
That's why she's never seen Step Brothers. All right, so Brandon Law, you're last. Tony Lewis. Tony Lewis, you're leaving us. You're leaving Florida. What's the plan up north? Are you going anywhere else? Plug your social media. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can tell you a little bit. I plan on buying some jeans. I don't own any, and I know it gets cold up there where I'm going, so that's gonna be fun. I own one pair of jeans, one pair. So don't give me your shit, Catalina. Listen, all right. First off, the attitudes right now are completely unnecessary. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram. It's at TonyLewis_M8, and that's Lewis with LEWIS, not LOUIS. LUIS. Listen, the attitudes, but no. As for where I'm going, I mean, it's all open doors. So if anybody wants to come call in a book, I'm completely open to it. So I'm gonna try Minneapolis and some places up in Canada.
It sounds like an awesome plan, and you're going to get hooked up with the right people up there and do big things. And I can't wait to have you back down here in Florida. I'll see you in October when you come down, because I'm definitely going to come out to see you. I swear it now. Pinky promise. I don't break a pinky promise.
Oh yeah, just like the paranormal one.
I didn't pinky promise. Okay, Brandon Law.
Yes, sir.
What the fuck else you got going on?
Nothing.
Oh.
You ain't doing shit but losing
Hey,
to Hunter.
hey. Ooh,
Now
some
that-
trash talk.
Now that your partner's gone, and the reason we won tonight, putting my body on the line.
Who got the pinfall? Who got the pinfall?
You got the pinfall because I took the ass whooping for you. You're welcome. I'm a
matter.
better friend.
Better friend. You heard it here. Tony Lewis is a better friend than Brandon Law. All right, so what the fuck else you got going on?
All right, so I have on September 9th, I'm going to be wrestling for Elevate Pro Wrestling down in Cecilia, Louisiana, actually where I'm from. Hey, we'll get
The ribbing is heavy here.
So that's why you catch me there, September 9th, Cecilia, Louisiana. Also, a week after that, September 16th, I'll be in Payville, Georgia for NWA Southeastern Presents Gridiron. You can catch me there. I will also have merch available, shirts coming out, and also the pictures 8x10s.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for coming on the Crash Pad. I've been waiting for this one for a long time. I've been waiting for your debut. I'm so proud of you guys. I've pretty much seen, like,
Who are you most proud of?
out of the graduating class right now,
No, the three of us.
the three of you.
Yeah.
I got to go with Tony Lewis.
Oh,
He's on top of it with the merch
How
sales.
much he paid you?
I didn't pay him
None,
shit.
but he could float me one of them awesome T-shirts. But he was on top of it with the merch sales. Looked great out there in
Who
that
got the
ring.
pinfall?
All right, so I'm very proud of you guys. I've seen you guys when you were in training, taking your first bumps, and now to see you guys debuting and working, and yes, and winning.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. I'm
By
so
the way,
proud of you
I
guys.
just want to point out that while Hunter's record is no, you got one win now, so it's 1 in like 27 or something like that.
You mean Brandon's record, right?
Brandon's record.
You called him Hunter.
Oh, so that's why I was getting the winning number on the other side. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
bad. So yeah, Brandon has 1 win, like 27 losses. I want you to know that I am now 1-0.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Undefeated. That's why he's the one I'm most proud of right here. So, guys, thank you for coming on. It's been a hell of a time talking to you. Tony, when you come back down, I'm going to get you back on again.
I bet you will.
The confidence in him is ridiculous. Katalina Perez, Brandon Law, Tony Lewis, amazing graduating class from J Lethal Academy.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier, I interviewed the babyface side of the recent J Lethal Academy graduates. Here, I'm here with the heel side, the scoundrel Rod Grimes, Nora Pryce, and Josh Grady. You guys didn't come out victorious, but y'all looked phenomenal. I'm so proud of you guys. But let's start with Rod. Give me your take on the match, on your opponents, on Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling in general.
Well, I love Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling. You know, it's where we started out. We started training here. Our opponents, they got the best of us today. They're really pieces of garbage. You know, next time it's going to be a different story. You know, I'm not going to have other people here holding me back and holding me down. But, you know, moving forward, you know, they just got the best of us today, you know, but it's a good experience. You know, we all had fun, but that's all I got.
All right. Nora Pryce, amazing work today. Little miscue, and you splashed your tag partner. Tell me what's your take on your opponents, on Katalina Perez in particular. See maybe something going there down the line, and just give me your take on Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling.
Well, it's an honor to be here, obviously, because this is where we started out, and I wouldn't want to have a match anywhere else. In terms of my, or should I say our, let me not be selfish here, our opponents, I really could care less about the audience, because anybody can cheer, anybody can clap. Audiences are fickle, but we're the ones that brought it. We brought in the energy. We did the work. We came in strong, regardless if we lost or not. We were still a unit, and we made a difference out in that ring. And the audience knows it, regardless if they cheered or not. And in terms of Katalina Perez, again, I could really care less. I know she had her match before me, and I'm not petty. I'm not a little girl. I don't care who comes in first or who has the best gear or who has this opportunity, so forth and so on. I'm here to do what I came to do, to dominate this, to dominate Tampa Bay Pro and the Tampa Bay area, and I'm here to make my own opportunities and to make my own mark.
Awesome stuff. Showing that women can be dominant and not be about the petty little stuff and about the look.
Exactly.
Josh Grady. I'm a little proud you used Grady because I helped you come up with that. I picked it last time. What's your take on your opponents, your debut? Like, give me your side.
You know, I think it was rotten, honestly. Horrible first match. Horrible. Brandon Law, Katalina Perez, and who was the other guy?
Tony Lewis.
Doesn't really matter. But, you know, honestly, I'm more mad than anything about the fact that my tag team partner splashed me. I was obviously going to kick out at 2. Why would you come in and splash me and then blame me for the loss? I mean, that's just out of the world. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have.
All right, you're a little marked up. You got hit pretty hard there, and there's definitely some animosity between the three of you. In that ring, but right now you guys are getting along pretty well, and thank you for that. Thank you for being professionals. What's it like, you know, your first match? How's it feel? You know, you sore, you hurting? I mean, you're marked up, like I said.
I mean, you know, I may have a couple scrapes and bruises, but other than that, I feel fine. I could carry on, you know. It was just that big splash just took all the wind out of my sails, you know, so. Damn
that Nora Pryce. All right, guys, so now's the part where we break character. We break kayfabe. Bad thing to do, I know, but whatever. Let's talk about you guys as people, as you know, as J Lethal students. Let's talk about training with Jay. Where you guys want to go from here? Rod, let's start with you.
Well, training with Jay is great. I mean, it's a blessing. I mean, if you look at all the other schools across the country, you know, we actually have J Lethal here. You know, J Lethal is known in this industry as one of the best. If that's what he does, he's top of Ring of Honor. He's been top of, you know, pro wrestling scene for a very long time. You know, at any point in time, Jay can go any company in the world he can go to. He can pick and choose, and he chooses to stay with Ring of Honor right now. So that's a blessing in disguise. Where do I want to go from here? Anywhere I can wrestle. You know, being with Jay is, you know, the guy's just a knowledge of, you know, of information. I mean, he knows so much and teaches us I'm like a human sponge every time we're there. So, I have a passion for traveling. So I would love to travel. I love to, travel the States and, anywhere I can get booked. I don't care. So that's what I really want to do moving forward.
All right, and your gimmick is the human horror story. I love it. Where does it come from?
Well, my gimmick's actually the scoundrel. I'm kind of just throw out the human horror story there. Just something we were just kind of messing around with. I'm a huge horror fan. I go to conventions. If you go to my house, I have hundreds of horror movies. Growing up, it's something that I used to do with my mom and my family. So it's something that is just a passion of mine. Something that Halloween in October is my favorite time of the year. You got football season. You got Halloween.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I believe green. All right, I believe green here. But it's one of my favorite times of the year. So it's something I like. The dark. I like the unknown, the scary. It makes people uncomfortable, and making people uncomfortable, so we can get a reaction out of them, and that's what I like.
Awesome, man. And horror is a passion of mine too. I got something in the works, like a year from now. So we'll talk about that. But Nora Pryce. Where does it come from? The gimmick, where are you going? What's your plans?
Nora Pryce, man, I had a really hard time putting my name together, to be honest with you. But
she did. She messaged me almost every other day with different names.
But in terms of training with Jay, man, I can't even come up with the proper adjective. Just a privilege. It was an honor. It was to be in his presence, to learn from him. We're like his kids. He takes such good care of us. He looks out for us. He not only watched us how we work together, but in terms of who we are as a unit, who we are as individuals, working our size, working, what he saw were our strong points, and pointing out our weaknesses so we can get better. In terms of direction, Japan has always been my goal, and to say hopefully in 2 years I can head out there, but that's my ultimate goal is Japan.
Yep, absolutely. We've had many discussions about this. Josh Grady, where does your stuff come from? Where does your gimmick come from? What's it like training with Jay Lethal? Everybody has a different take, but the same thing I always get is that Jay is the best.
Yeah, my gimmick, I played sports all throughout middle school and high school, so figured an athlete, I wasn't too sure until Jay personally told me, Josh, run heel. He told me, I was like, all right. I was like, anybody you would have me watch? And he said RVD and Jake the Snake. So I took a little bit from them, but mostly what I would like to think of my gimmick as is almost like a white MVP,
I dig it.
A white, like a party boy MVP who's more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the gimmick comes from.
Okay, so like a standout athlete, but also who's just flashy and confident and, likes the party. Absolutely Jake the Snake Roberts as a heel to study. I mean, I love Jake the Snake, and I love the DDT, and I've had numerous discussions with people about the DDT and how little it means anymore, but we talk about how Jake made it mean something, and making finishes mean something. So I'd love to see your guys' finishes down the line and you guys make them yours and make it mean something. So let's talk about your friendships, your classmates together. You guys have a really good bond. You guys have had an amazing class, and you guys are all super talented, and you're gonna be successful, all of you. I've seen it firsthand. I saw your first bump, which was amazing, and I've seen Nora Pryce come leaps and bounds in her time, and Rod Grimes is just a big old fucking dude, and he can travel alone on the size of his arms, but just talk about your bond as classmates and as friends.
Well, everyone gets along really well, so that's amazing. We all kind of support each other, even if we feel like we're not getting it or something. Like Julie, I mean, we're all so proud of her, She's done amazing. She's worked harder than any of us, honestly.
The nicest girl ever healed it up like a champ tonight.
Yeah, she sure did. She was yelling at that crowd. I love that. Yeah, I think it's just great. I feel like all of us, including Jay, are like friends. We're just a family. We all care for each other. We all love each other. It's a great surrounding to training,
Absolutely. Nora Pryce, Julie, we are all very proud of you. It's that Latin blood that came out in you, yelling at those fans. I loved it. touch on, your bond with your classmates.
Well, what I'm going to say, I say this with great pride. I think I am the oldest person here. I am going to be 36 on the next show, September 24th, so make sure you come to attend it. I'm 36 years old. I have never done anything physical, never done sports or anything like in my life. And when my grandmother passed away, one of the dreams I shared with her is to be a referee. And it's because of Truth Martini that I ended up finding Jay Lethal, because I was going to, quit my job temporarily for 3 months, go train with him in Detroit. I was saving up money, looking for an apartment, even a part-time job, and I was going to go see him. And he was like, if you can't come and do all of that, go and see Jay. So I really thank him for leading me to Jay. But if it oh my gosh, I'm at a loss for words. But yeah, I've never done anything like this physical before. And if it wasn't for the support and the love from my fellow students and from Jay Lethal, I probably would not have made it. I've never done anything like this before, and here I am. So if it wasn't for them, I'd put in work. I prayed, I cried over this sometimes. But if it wasn't for them and their support and love, I probably would not have made it this far. So I appreciate them so much.
Absolutely. Rod, talk about your classmates, your bond, your fellowship. Everybody says it's like a family. What does that mean to you?
The best way to describe it is like the movie Bad News Bears. We're just a collection of misfits, and it's so funny is all of our paths would never cross if it wasn't for our common passion and love for professional wrestling. And I'm the complete opposite. As Julie said, Julie's never done anything physical before. I played college football. I was on tour with the professional MMA company for a couple of years. So I'm the complete opposite. So one thing for me is not being physical or involved in any combat sports or anything anymore. Walking the professional wrestling, having that bond, having that team feel, and with everyone, even though it's an individual sport. Having each and every one of these people here to, push us, push you through, say, hey, give you the encouragement, be there by your side. We're not just, we became friends and, became a second family.
Absolutely.
And, it's, people don't understand the trust that you must have when someone, putting your body and, someone drops you the wrong way and then has, okay, let's try it again, just don't drop me in my head this time, But it's something that, it's a bond that I'll never forget to the day I die, and I wouldn't ask for anyone else that had this experience with.
That's right.
And moving forward is I'm excited to see how we all grow together and how it grow individually.
Absolutely. You talk about wrestling being a second family. I've been trying to get you guys to come down to Ronin with me. Yeah. That's my second family. My people at Ronin mean the world to me. So hopefully you guys can come down for the next one, and we all come down as a crew together and just show that bond and build it even more. Last minute comments, plug your social media, yada yada, so on and so forth. Just cuss out some people, I don't care.
You can find me on Instagram at Josh Grady 22. Just recently changed, actually.
Uh-huh.
And then Twitter, I haven't changed that one yet, so you can find me at Josh Loring 22 on that one.
I don't use Twitter, man. I have like 4 Twitter accounts, and I just can't get into it, man. I hope it dies out. All right, Nora Pryce, social media, say a swear, just one.
No, Twitter and Instagram at the Nora Pryce.
All right, Rod Grimes, go ahead.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Rod Grimes Wrestling is actually my Facebook and my Instagram, and then it's going to be I don't know what my Twitter's going to be yet.
Yeah,
I forgot how to change it again, so.
I don't like Twitter. I hope it dies off. But
super kick it.
Yeah, we're all gonna super kick Twitter, and then it's gonna die. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so proud of you guys, each and every one of you. Josh, dude, just seeing you bump the first time just to now is just an incredible journey. You, Julie, Nora, to see you get out of your shell and heal it up and just find that confidence when you were so nervous. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Rod, your work is just so good, and like you already have such a following that was in the crowd tonight, and I love your look, man. I love the designs, and we'll talk about that more. I'll have you each individually down the line on the crash pad so we can talk more in depth about your character, where you're at, where you're going, yada yada, so on and so forth. But thank you again, guys, for coming on. That's Rod Grimes, the Scoundrel, Nora Pryce, and Josh Grady, graduating Jay Lethal Academy, and soon I'll have more and more Jay Lethal students coming on here as they graduate and as they come on. So there you have it. All right, guys, so there you have it. The interviews with Law, Lewis, Perez, Grady, Grimes, and Pryce, these rookies, they're rookies, but they're so good. And you're going to get to know them as they progress and as they show up in your town all over the place, because I know each and every one of these kids, and I said kids again, but they're going to show up all over the place because they're going places and they're so talented. I can't say enough good things about these guys and gals. I saw their rise through training all the way till their debut, and I said it in the beginning, and I said it during the interviews. I'm so proud of these guys. You guys busted your asses day in and day out, making yourselves work as hard as possible, and you guys earned your spots at Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling, and you're going to earn spots in many locker rooms across the country and across the world. Guaranteed. So, after that amazing interview, let's get to some of the things that are coming up for Tyler Crash and the Crash Pad podcast. As some of you know, I've been doing the live feed forums. Hopefully I can continue to do those every week or every other week as I feel the need to do them, and as I have the free time. Still in the works for Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling is the live feed pre-show and the post-show. Still working out the kinks and the creative there, so hopefully we'll get that started up soon. Speaking of Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling, we have our upcoming show coming to you September 24th, Go for Broke. And awesome news for Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling. On top of that, we are now giving you 2 shows. Yes, I said 2 shows. This starts in October. 2 shows a month. It's going to be incredible. There's going to be so much action, and this is coming to a different part of Tampa in a different venue. You're going to see new talent, and it's just incredible stuff. Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling is on the rise. Of course, I'm a little biased because I do my commentary there, but that's not the only place I'm doing commentary now, as September 9th, I will be at Full Throttle Pro Wrestling in Tampa Bay. Looking forward to that so much, calling the action with my good buddy, my partner on commentary, Jordan Owens. First time doing commentary for Full Throttle. Hopefully I get to continue doing that. Upcoming episode for the podcast, I'm still trying to get Snoop Strikes and Troy Hollywood to clear up some time in their schedules to come interview with me. Hollywood, his name says enough about him. He's a busy man. So hopefully I can get that for y'all soon. And just stay tuned for some amazing, awesome movements that I am making for the Crash Pad and for the Tyler Crash brand itself. So, you guys, tune in next week. Tune into the live feed. Come check me out at Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling and Full Throttle Pro Wrestling. Till next time, guys.